Taryn, what the frick is this? I need an explanation.
What are you talking about? This means nothing to me. Can I get something precise to work with?
A letter came from a debt collection agency demanding immediate payment of outstanding debts. It was addressed to you.
Oh, that.
This means you're in debt, doesn't it? When did this happen? I had no idea.
I had some stuff going on. Sorry, babe, I meant to tell you, but I've just been so busy lately that it totally slipped my mind.
Have you seen how much you owe? This is more than just having some stuff going on. The letter said you still owe over $30,000.
Well, to tell you the truth, yes. Yes, I do.
$30,000? This is ridiculous, Darren. How are you going to get a hold of that much money? Or rather, how do you even owe that much in the first place?
I went through a rough patch where my outgoings were a little higher than usual is all. I couldn't cover it with my salary, so well, you know the rest. Before I knew it, I was up to my ears.
I can see that. Well, why do you need to borrow this much money?
Like I said, I had some stuff going on.
What stuff? How am I supposed to know if you don't tell me? A relationship should be built on trust, Darren, and I suddenly feel like we don't have any whatsoever.
Drinking parties with the boys from the office, casinos, horse racing, you know, normal guy stuff.
Are you a moron? You went into that much debt just to blow off some steam? Doesn't ending up in mountains of debt kind of defeat the object of blowing off steam in the first place?
Chill, it's fine. They said I can pay it back in monthly installments. I'll pay it back some way or another. Don't worry, babe.
That's not the point. We might both be working full-time, but we still live on a tight budget. You never seem to be able to hold down a job for more than a few months at a time, which means your salary never goes up because you're never around long enough to get promoted.
Watch yourself, Kara. Do you really want us to have this discussion? Do I need to remind you that you work a job for losers and high school dropouts? You barely bring home $800 a month, and you have the nerve to give me crap over my salary?
I'm not giving you crap, Darren, and this isn't a competition. I'm just trying to make you see sense. We're both on low incomes, which is why we have to be careful with our spending. There's no telling how long it'd take to pay off such a mammoth debt, even if we combine both our salaries.
Wait a sec, really?
Wow, so you went into debt without even considering the implications.
Kara, won't you please help me? Help me get through this somehow. We can overcome anything when we work together, baby.
Don't try and sweet talk me. I bet you only did this because you thought I'd be there to bail you out.
There's nothing wrong with relying on your wife in times of need, especially when you're so much older and wiser than me.
There's relying on others, and then there's over-relying. You obviously don't know the difference. Sure, so I'm older than you. So what? You want me to change your diapers while I clean up the rest of your mess? Time to grow up, Darren.
Calm down, baby. I know that if you put your mind to it, you can get me out of this debt. You'll have it paid off before you know it if you really try. Do you believe in yourself? 'Cause I believe in you, babe. I believe in you a lot. I'm really sorry about the debt. Sure, it was wrong of me not to tell you, but we are where we are and we can only do our best given the circumstances.
Are you really sorry?
Yep, like super duper sorry. Tell you what, I'll even get on my knees when I get home to prove it. After that, how about I cook you up some sorry supper? Will you believe me then? I swear on yours and mine, and the lives of everyone I hold dear, I'll never go into debt again.
You're right. We are where we are, and no amount of complaining is going to change that. All we can do is work towards paying it off. Okay, I'll help you. But mark my words, this is the only time I forgive you. I'll put it down to a lapse in judgment on your part, and we'll say no more of it. Do not make me regret this. I almost feel like I'm being too soft on you. But I promise you, there will be no second chances.
Thank you so much, Kara. You're the best wife on the planet. I'll do my best to help with the repayments too.
There's no doubt about it. $30,000 is going to take us a long time. I'll have to work a lot of extra hours to cover this.
Huh? You can increase your working hours at will?
There are always extra shifts available. I'll just pick them up during my free time.
Wait, does that mean no days off? You're nuts!
What choice do I have? Anyway, you didn't think I'll be the only one making sacrifices. I want to see you working just as hard as I am to pay this off.
Yeah, of course I will. I'm more desperate than anyone to see the back of it. I'm so grateful for this, Kara. Thanks a bunch.
I won't just work my days off. I'll do overtime on the morning and nights of the days I already work too. I get double time for early mornings and nights, so it makes sense to cram in as many extra shifts as possible. Don't be surprised when the standard of the housework goes down, though. I can't be in 2 places at once.
Housework? Say no more. I've got it covered.
Great, I'm counting on you. We'll get this debt paid off within 3 years at the latest, no matter what.
You think it's doable?
It won't be easy, but we have to try. If we don't keep up this decent pace with the repayments, the interest will get out of hand and we'll barely make any progress. The earlier we get paid off, the better, even if it means going through some hard times.
You think really logically for a woman, babe. I can't tell you how reassuring it is to hear you say all this.
Wait, what? For a woman? Ugh, whatever. The goal is to get every last cent paid off within 3 years. Obviously, this means we can't afford to waste any money on luxuries. For the next 3 years, it's nothing but the bare essentials. You got that?
Luxuries? How exactly are we defining luxuries here?
Beer and drinking parties are forbidden for a start. You need to stop going to the casino on your days off, too.
Seriously?
Obviously. Do I need to remind you that this is your debt, Darren? How about you start taking some responsibility for it?
Fine.
It's almost midnight. Do you plan on coming home soon?
I'm about to leave, babe.
Leave where? Where even are you at this time of night?
I just went for a drink with some of the boys from the office.
What? Why? Didn't I tell you drinking parties are forbidden? Why are you the only one who gets to cut loose? You think I don't want to go out to see my friends too?
Sheesh, babe, take a chill pill. I only had a couple of beers. Can't we pretend it didn't happen just this once? Todd from accounting is about to get married. It's his stag party tonight. Me and the boys got together to celebrate for him. What kind of party, pal, would it be if I didn't show to my buddy's stag party? I'd never hear the end of it at work if I didn't show up.
Good grief. I suppose it can't be helped if your friend's getting married, but Jesus, Darren, would it really hurt you so much to tell me before you did these things? I feel like there's no communication in this relationship. It feels like being betrayed every time. If you have a good reason to be out drinking, then tell me beforehand. I get it. Sometimes these things are unavoidable. It's the radio silence that hurts me.
Jeez, babe, give me a break, would you? I'm sorry, okay?
Did you pay on the credit card? I'm gonna have to make sure we have enough to cover it in the withdrawal account next month if you did.
Yeah, I got everything on the card. I've been buying everyone's drinks all night, so don't be surprised if it's more than just a couple beers worth.
Excuse me?
Think about it. How can I let my work buddies pay for their own drinks at a time like this?
Sure, maybe I understand if you splashed out on the groom with it being his big day and all, but why in God's name would you pay for everybody?
Most of the guys who came out tonight are a lot younger than me. How the heck was I supposed to let them buy their own drinks? I have a reputation to protect, babe.
You have got to be kidding me. How much did it come to?
I'm not sure. Maybe 300?
Oh my God, what are you doing?
I said I'm sorry. I swear I didn't expect it to come to that much. The place doesn't all-you-can-drink offer. I should have just gone with that.
Sorry doesn't even begin to cover it. What the hell am I sacrificing my sleep schedule and free time to work like a dog for if you're going out, getting wasted, and blowing your money like it grows on trees?
You're right, babe. I'm sorry. There's no excuse for what I did. It won't happen again. I promise.
You say that, but you did the exact same thing last month.
I did?
Yes, you did. You went out with your work buddies last month and spent almost $150. The month before that, you bought a $200 jacket. You said you help out with the housework, but you never lift a finger.
Clothes are necessary expenses.
A $200 jacket is a necessary expense now, is it? Buy something cheap or secondhand for crying out loud. I've thought this for a while now, but I'm the only one making any efforts to save money whatsoever. You're literally not contributing at all. Why am I allowing myself to get wrapped up in this crap? Not only do you not show an ounce of gratitude, but you're actively working against me. This is your debt that I'm sacrificing my health to pay off here. Or did you forget that minor detail?
Of course I didn't forget that, babe. Don't you think you're being unfair here? I'm helping to save money in my own way. But I feel like I'll lose my mind if I don't splash out and blow off some steam every now and then.
The splashing out ends here, and that's final. You can carry on splashing out when we get the whole thing paid off and don't have the threat of exorbitant interest payments looming over us 24/7. In 2 more years, we can forget all about it.
2 years? Jesus, that's a long time.
If you won't cooperate, I'll stop helping you. I mean it. Is that what you want? Believe me, Darren, I'm not screwing around here. I'm ready to quit my second job. Just give me a reason and I'll do it in a heartbeat.
Chill out. Point taken. I'll be more careful from now on. But seriously, would you get off my case? This just stresses me out and makes me want to drink more. Wait a sec. Did you start the menopause? Is that it? Your eggs are drying up on you, aren't they, babe?
Do not screw me around, you jerk. What the hell has gotten into you?
Chillax, you hothead. No need to take me seriously. I was just kidding. Why you gotta be so grumpy all the time?
Darren, we finally finished paying off your debt today.
Really? That was way faster than I expected. Didn't you say it'd take like 3 years?
We got it all paid off 6 months ahead of schedule. I don't think I ever worked as hard as during these past 2.5 years.
No kidding. We worked like our lives depended on it.
We? You wasted money on necessary crap more than a few times. Whatever. It's all water on the bridge now. All that matters is that we did it. We should just be grateful it's over now and we can move on.
You're right.
On the subject of moving on, there was something I wanted to talk to you about. I thought it might be nice if we went on a vacation together. Somewhere nice to celebrate. It's been so long. I feel like I forgot what relaxing even feels like.
That's a coincidence. There was something I want to talk to you about too.
Oh yeah? Go on, you go first.
I want a divorce.
What? Divorce?
Yep, a divorce. A breakup, a judicial separation, a parting of the ways, a severance of relations. Get it yet?
I know what divorce means, Darren, but why? Why would you spring this on me all of a sudden? Are you really doing this now? We finally just finished paying off your debts.
You're a little dense, huh? I'm doing this precisely because we finished paying off my debts, dummy. You served your purpose. It's time for you to disappear from my life now.
Why would you?
You still don't get it, do you? The only reason I kept you around was to pay off my debts. Outside of my personal ATM, what redeeming qualities do you have? You nag, you whine, you complain, you restrict my freedom. You're like my mom, except 10 times worse. I can't wait to see the back of you.
Is this a joke?
Now I can finally be with my true love, the apple of my eye. Me and you are gonna get a divorce, and I'm gonna remarry her. My darling angel, my sugar dumpling.
What are you talking about? You mean you found someone else? Are you being serious right now?
Yep. She's a whole generation younger than you. Not only that, but she's a damn sight prettier, and has a body so hot you could cook dinner on it. I hate to tell you this, Kara, but your best years are behind you. She's been nagging me to leave my old hag of a wife for ages now, actually. It's not like I don't understand, but to tell you the truth, it was starting to bug me.
Old hag?
It's time to face reality. You're almost 40. That would be bad enough, but the fact that you constantly nag at me makes you completely irredeemable. My patience with you has reached its limit a long time ago.
I wouldn't have to nag you if you had your shit together, Darren. You're a grown man, but you act like a teenager. You think I enjoy being on your case all the time? It makes me feel like crap, Darren. I hate the stress of it all.
There you go with your freaking preaching again. You just don't know when to stop. How can I look at you as my wife when you act like my mom? You literally couldn't be any more unattractive if you tried. Is it any wonder I haven't been near you in years? Sorry, but I'm not into grandmas.
You said you were into older women before we got married. Why are you springing this on me now?
Sure, I liked a sensible, mature older woman back when I was my young self. But I'm no spring chicken anymore. And seeing your wrinkled face just reminds me of my own mortality. Yep, I need a younger model. And when it comes to women, the younger the better.
All women get old eventually.
Sure, but you hardly make any money either. Not only is my new girl younger and hotter than you, but she also brings home $1,500 a month. You're a broke old woman, and I am so done with you.
Do not screw me around, Darren. Do you have any idea how hard I worked to pay off your debt these last 2.5 years? I was so food and sleep deprived through constantly working like a dog, and there were times when I even vomited blood and hallucinated. All while you were cheating on me with some younger woman?
Yeah, I get it. You're such a super amazing hard worker, and I should bow before you for everything you've done for me. Quit bragging about what a victim you are.
Wow. You know, there was a time when I felt sorry for you because I thought you were just a good guy who'd fallen on hard times. But I couldn't have been more wrong. You're a vile, despicable piece of trash, and I wish we never met. I'm actually grateful you want a divorce. The sooner you're out of my life, the better.
I take it that means you'll sign the papers then? Don't go changing your mind later on.
Of course I'll sign them. Where are they? I'm ready to sign them now, right this instant. Hurry up and bring me them.
How are we gonna split our assets? Not that we have any money left.
I only want my personal belongings. You can have the apartment plus all the furniture and electronics. It's rented anyway. Thank God we don't have a house sale on our hands.
Thanks, babe. You're a star. This means I don't have to mess around looking for a new place and can move my new girl in straight away. Okay, great. Hurry up and get the hell out. Make sure you throw out any unwanted crap before you go. I don't need to be dealing with your stuff.
I don't need you to tell me that.
Fantastic. End of discussion then. Oh, you said that there was something you wanted to talk about earlier. I take it you changed your mind? Divorce is a way of shifting priorities like that.
I have nothing more to say to you. I'm about to go file the divorce papers. Are you absolutely sure this is what you want?
Obviously. I don't need a broke old hag like you in my life. Hurry up and hand them. Go.
Got it. All right, I'm going.
Woohoo! I'm finally gonna be free as a bird. Get your things together and get out of this house pronto. If you don't hurry up, I'll throw all your stuff out on the street and embarrass you in front of the neighbors.
Divorce papers filed. That felt great. Thanks. I'll be out of your hair before you know it.
Huh? Why do you seem so happy? Where did this come from?
I mean, thanks for divorcing me. If we stayed together, you might have ended up getting your grubby hands on the money I worked so hard to save. To think you even did everything for me. You told me about the affair. You even handled the divorce on your end. I couldn't have been more relieved when I found out.
You barely make enough money to cover our food bill. The fact that you think you're going to be able to cope without me blows my mind. You're not my problem now, though. Disappear from my life and never come back.
You didn't give me a chance to tell you, but I got a new job, and I'm set to get a huge pay rise. I'll be on $4,000 a month starting next week.
What? $4,000 a month?
That's fine, though. I can tell how happy you are with your new girlfriend. What does she make? $1,500 a month? I'm pleased for you. I hope you both live happily ever after.
No way am I buying this crap. You're just trying to make me feel bad about divorcing you. I bet you pulled that number out of your ass. There's no way a broke loser who barely makes minimum wage is suddenly gonna land a new job with quadruple the salary. The world just doesn't work like that.
All those extra shifts I put in these last 2.5 years finally paid off. It was never my intention, but I'm paying off your debts. I accidentally became an expert at literally every job there is to do at this company. My efforts were noticed, and well, here we are. My new position includes tons of extra benefits. Plus, I get to go away on business at least once every month. All travel and accommodation covered on company dime, of course. It just so happens I experienced a meeting of fate on my first trip last week.
A meeting of fate?
I had the opportunity to meet one of the top executives at our biggest client company while away on business in New York. I was initially only supposed to be there to observe and get to grips with the whole process. But there were a bunch of problems due to incompetence on the part of our representative. I had no choice but to step in. The executive I mentioned was apparently so impressed by my performance that he put in a word with our CEO and headhunted me.
You can stop fantasizing now. This is ridiculous. As if a top exec at a major company would pay any attention to someone like you.
I don't care whether you believe me, but it's a fact that my salary and quality of life are both about to skyrocket. I'm leaving my company and starting my job with a new one in New York in March.
New York?
Yep, the HQ is in a little place called Wall Street. You might have heard of it. Oh yeah, I forgot. You always dreamed about living in New York, right? What a shame. It wouldn't make any sense for you to come with me since we're getting a divorce and all.
Nuh-uh. I ain't jealous, not one bit. What difference does it make to me whether an old hag like you goes to New York? Your good years as a woman are behind you. You're only as useful as corporate livestock now.
New York isn't only for young people, you know. I can still sample its fruits, even at the ripe old age of 38. Not that it has anything to do with you. Enjoy life with your new prepubescent girlfriend in the middle of nowhere.
Do not make fun of me, hag.
Hag, you're hilarious. You have this weird habit of totally forgetting how old you are when you insult me for my age. You're free to talk crap all you like, but be careful that boomerang doesn't swing right back around and hit you in the face, Grandpa. You think some broke loser with gray hairs in his beard who works a low-income job, whose only talent is getting into debt, would choose his words a little more carefully.
You shut your goddamn mouth!
Aw, what's wrong, sweetie? Don't you have a proper comeback? Your impotent anger only betrays your lack of vocabulary. I'm ashamed I even devoted myself to such a pea-brained moron.
Why didn't you tell me you got a new job?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because you demanded a divorce before I got the chance to tell you?
Wait, that's what you wanted to talk to me about?
Bingo! That was close. Talk about dodging a bullet. Phew! Can you imagine if I didn't let you go first? Terrifying. Who knows what might have happened if I told you about the mammoth pay rise I was set to get. You might have changed your mind on the divorce and never told me about the affair. I might have ended up taking you to New York with me. Can you imagine if all those poor folks living up there had to tolerate your vile presence in their lovely city? You did tell me to throw away any unwanted crap before I left. It's time for you to go in the trash where you belong.
Ah, you bitch!
Idiot. You made fun of me for being a moron all this time, but it looks like you were the real moron all along.
Wait a sec! You would have never gotten headhunted by the Wall Street bigwig if not for my debt! I deserve a cut of your salary!
Wow, just when I think you've reached peak moron. Do you seriously think you're getting a cent of my money? By the way, I already had my belongings sent off with the delivery company, so feel free to invite your child bride over any time.
Wait, Kara, please. Surely you still have feelings for me.
Would you mind not saying things that make me want to vomit when I don't have a bucket ready? You literally could not be more wrong.
I bet you're just mad with me because I cheated on you. Feelings of the kind we had for each other don't just disappear overnight. Listen, babe, here's what I'm willing to do. How about I break things off with my girlfriend and we just forget about the whole divorce thing?
I'm done with you. So actually, I think you two should stay together. In fact, I think you should get married. Let's face it, she must be a piece of trash if she's the type of girl to bed a married man. Which makes you and her a match made in heaven. She might be rotten to the core, but at least she's young. That's all that matters in a woman, right, babe? Have a nice life. Darren married his lover as soon as our divorce went through. I was astonished to find out that within a year of moving in together, they were in over $50,000 of debt and had mean-looking guys in leather jackets showing up on their doorstep every day. This time, he's set to lose everything because there's no one around to bail him out. Naturally, my ex-husband sent a desperate SOS my way, and any guesses what it said? Yep, money please. Obviously, I did what any reasonable person would do in my position and blocked him immediately. I'm guessing she was unable to cope with the stress of being trapped in debt hell with a man with just a few brain cells as herself, because Darren's new wife pulled a vanishing act in the middle of the night, and he never heard from her again. I know Darren can be hard to be with, but imagine ditching him in the middle of the night. Looks like my hunch was right. What an unwholesome individual. As for me, I feel like a different person after starting my new life in New York. I went on a diet, started doing my makeup differently, got a new haircut, and bought a whole new wardrobe. Being mature doesn't mean you can't enjoy life. There are tons of beautiful women approaching 40. Among them are girls with great fashion senses, girls who dedicate themselves to their jobs, and girls who enjoy romance to the max. Me? I'm greedy, so I want to be the kind of girl who does all three. My life begins now.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Hey, Jimmy. Are you on your lunch break yet? I just wanted to talk to you for a little bit, if that's okay.
Oh, hey, Cindy. Yeah, it just started, so I have some time to talk.
Okay, thank you. And you're really sure you don't mind chatting right now?
Of course not. Although if you think this is going to be kind of a long talk, then maybe it's just better that we wait until we both get home.
I agree with you. But usually when you come home for work, you just eat dinner and then immediately head out to go drink at bars. And when you come home, you just fall asleep right away. I just don't think that we'll have time to talk if we wait until we're both at home.
Okay, geez. Make me feel worse, why don't you? What is it you want to talk about?
Well, I kind of wanted to talk to you about your spending habits. As in, don't you think that you're spending just a little bit too much?
You think I'm spending too much money? I don't know. It isn't like I've bought anything too crazy recently.
I know, but you buy a bunch of small things for all your hobbies all the time. Especially with fishing. You're always buying lures and rods, and you use so much gas driving out to find fishing spots. But it's not just that. I think that you're going out a bit too much as well.
Sure, but I don't think I'm really breaking the bank or anything. It isn't like I can't afford to do stuff like this.
I don't think that you should just brush this off. I mean, if I didn't have a part-time job as well, we'd really be in financial trouble. We're barely making it from month to month at this rate.
Okay, but we are making it, right? We're not going to go into the red or anything like that, so I don't see what the big deal is.
But we talked about this, remember? We said that the whole point of me starting to work was so that I could put what I earned into our savings.
I still don't get why you're freaking out about this. It isn't like we have any kids or anything. If we did, then that would be a different story, but I just don't see the point if it's just us.
You do realize that if we did ever have kids, that would mean I wouldn't be able to go into work for a while, right?
I know that, but in that case, we would just roll back our spending so that way we can all live off my income.
But where are we going to cut back on is what I want to know. I mean, I know that you've been dipping into our house budget to support your own habits. But the more you do that, the tighter things get at home for us both. I just want you to be a little more cautious about how you're spending our money, all right?
But I'm not even buying anything that expensive. Since when did you become such a tightwad, huh?
I know that you're not making huge single purchases, but it all adds up. Just please don't use any more money than I give you to use, okay? Just don't touch the house budget.
Just shut up already. I go into work and bust my butt every single day. If I want to spend a little bit extra on myself, then I don't see why there should be anything wrong with that.
But you're not just going a little bit over, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Why aren't you listening to what I'm trying to tell you? Besides, you aren't the only one who works around here, you know?
Oh, please. You just work part-time. You have no idea what it means to actually have a real job.
That's because you were the one who told me that you didn't want me to work in the first place. Do you remember how much I had to beg you to let me work part-time, even though you know I wanted to go out and find a full-time job? You said it was all because your mom was against it.
Well, you know my mom. She never listens to anything anyone tries to tell her. And if I don't do what she says, then I know that I'll never hear the end of it.
Well, fine then, but if that's really the case, then don't belittle my job. And remember that I'm basically the only thing keeping us out of the red in the face of all your spending.
Oh, I see. So now you're saying that I don't make enough for you, is that it?
Are you kidding me right now? Where did I even say that? I'm just asking that you be a little bit more responsible with your spending, that's it.
You really know how to piss me off, you know that? Why am I always the bad guy in every single one of your problems?
I'm not saying you're a bad guy, but the fact is that you are the source of this problem. You're the reason that we're in such dire straits financially.
Oh, that's rich, coming from you when I easily make more than double what you do.
And so what? Why does that matter so much to you?
I just mean that I think you should remember where you stand in this relationship before you start telling me how I should live my life.
Can you please not talk to me like that, Jimmy?
You know what? I'm getting sick of this. I can't even talk to you anymore. Don't talk to me for the rest of the day, got it?
What am I supposed to do then? Are you just gonna ignore me or something?
I will if you're going to keep this up and keep annoying me. Honestly, you give an inch and they take a mile.
I wish you would stop doing this whenever you get mad at me. You can't just pretend the problem doesn't exist. Besides, you already promised me that you wouldn't do this anymore.
I don't ever remember saying anything like that. And I thought I told you to stop talking to me.
Hello, Cindy. I have a message for you from Jimmy. He said he wants you to stop serving toast with crusts on for breakfast. He wants you to know that Having to eat around that bit ruins his morning before he has to go to work.
Good morning, Judy. Okay, thank you for letting me know. I guess I'll cut the crust off of his toast from now on.
Good. I'm glad that you understand. It really isn't all that hard to do and takes zero time and effort. You don't have a problem with this, do you?
No, I don't have any problems with that at all. I'll be sure to be more careful in the future.
That's more like it. I mean, it's not like you're even all that busy in the mornings, right? Why weren't you already doing that anyway? Were you too busy getting ready to go to your own job that you couldn't even do that for your husband?
No, it isn't anything like that at all.
Well then, why did I have to be the one to tell you to do this? Don't you know that my little boy doesn't like having the crust on his bread? Why doesn't his wife already know that? Honestly, do you think that's how a good wife should act towards her husband? Maybe you should just quit your job.
But we're not really in a position where I'm actually able to do that right now.
And just why is that,
Because we're barely making ends meet as things stand right now.
So basically, you're saying that you don't know how to save properly? Oh my, what has my poor little baby gotten himself into? I can't believe that he ended up with such a useless woman. No wonder he only wants to talk to you through me. You really need to do some serious rethinking in your life.
Are you saying that you think all of this is my fault right now?
Of course, all of this is your fault. How can you even think otherwise when it's Jimmy who is going to work every day and earning all the money? If you can't save, then how are the two of you supposed to plan for the future at all?
But that's just it. It's Jimmy who keeps spending all of our money.
If you have all that time to think of how to blame others for your problems, then maybe you should try fixing them yourself. I should have never let my poor son marry a woman like you.
I'm truly sorry that you feel that way, Judy.
If only he's found a nicer, smarter girl to get with. I just have no idea what it is that he even sees in you. Wait! I have an idea. What if you two just got divorced?
Do you really mean that?
Of course I do. A good man like Jimmy is wasted on a shrew like you. Especially now that I see just how bad of a wife you really are. It's clear that there are issues with you and Jimmy if he feels he has to ignore you.
But don't you think that you might not be seeing the whole picture right now?
Oh, really? You think so? Because that's what Jimmy seems to think it is.
Well, doesn't my version of events count for anything?
I don't really care what you have to say. To be honest, I just want you out of my son's life. I know that you don't want to be a good housewife for him. So if that's the case, why don't you just go and provide for yourself, huh?
Jimmy, are you there? Please, you have to answer me. I'm gonna keep messaging you until you get back to me. I have something very important to talk to you about.
What is it? What do you want? Have you finally come to apologize to me?
No, it isn't that. It's about your mom, actually.
Why did you bother even messaging me if this is what you want to talk about, huh? Unlike you, I don't have tons of free time to waste on nonsense like this.
I just want to know what time it is that you think you're going to be coming home today.
I'm not telling you.
Can you please stop acting like a spoiled little kid? And can you please stop using your mom to send me messages? Did you know that she wants us to get a divorce? I thought that we had talked about this. You said that you would talk to your mom about saying those kinds of things to me, remember?
A divorce, huh? That might not be a bad idea, actually.
Wait, what? Are you serious about that?
Well, you said that you weren't going to apologize to me, right?
I don't really think that there's a need for me to apologize for anything.
Are you kidding me right now? You mean you don't think you need to apologize for always getting on my back, even though I bust my butt every day to provide for us both?
But that's fair. I was only trying to warn you that we need to be spending less money. I wasn't trying to get on your back or upset you or anything like that. I'm really sorry if I said something that made you think that I was, though.
You're acting as if I'm throwing all our money in the trash when I'm only buying things that I really need.
But by doing that, we're not going to be able to have any savings. Don't you realize that? And you know, I haven't even been able to buy anything for myself in over 6 months now.
And what is that supposed to mean? You're upset because you don't want to have to spend your own money on your own things?
You know that isn't what I was saying, Jimmy.
I'm going to bring the divorce papers over myself tomorrow. We're going to sign them, and then this whole nightmare will be over.
You can't be serious, right?
Of course I am. I wouldn't joke about something like that. But if you really don't want it to happen, then you better think long and hard about what you've been putting me through.
You mean that you're gonna threaten me with divorce for the rest of our marriage?
I mean that I'm really thinking about divorce, and I want you to be aware of that. And until you apologize, I'm going to keep talking to you through my mom. You should feel lucky that I've even kept up this conversation with you for this long, but I don't feel like talking to you anymore.
But you're just refusing to listen to what I'm trying to say to you.
Try looking in the mirror before you go around pointing fingers, okay? I can't believe I ever wanted to marry a stingy woman like you. Even my mom says that you need to wake up and be a good wife.
And you're just gonna go along with whatever your mom says about me. Do you really not think that we're a good fit for each other?
I think that you need to have a serious ego check. I just hope that my mom can figure out a way to set you straight. That's why you should listen to what she says.
Okay then, I understand. I guess I'll do exactly as your mom says then.
Hey Cindy, what the heck is going on? Where are you right now? Why aren't you home? I finally decided to come home a little early and dinner isn't even ready for me? This is why my mom is always getting mad at you. You really have no idea how to be a good wife at all, do you?
Oh, I think I know exactly how to be a good wife, thank you very much. And I know that I deserve better than this.
And just what is that supposed to mean?
It means that I signed those divorce papers you left there. I sent them out to be processed as well. I'll have my lawyer reach out to you about splitting up our stuff.
Wait a second. You've really signed the divorce papers? But you didn't even say anything about that to me.
I told you that I was going to do just as your mom said, remember?
But how does that equal you divorcing me? You need to call the courthouse or wherever you sent them right now and tell them to cancel everything.
I'm sorry, but it's way too late to try to undo the process now. But you were the one who brought up divorce in the first place, remember? I thought you would be more than happy if I signed those.
But I didn't really think that you were going to go through with it.
You mean you thought you could just threaten me like that for the rest of our lives? Do you really think I'm the type of woman to just roll over so easily?
Well, where are you right now?
I'm on a bus that's taking me back to my parents' house right now.
Well, get your butt back here right this second. We have to at least talk about this.
Oh, so now you want to talk? I thought you were too busy ignoring me.
Well, that was before you sent out papers to split up our marriage.
You mean you really couldn't see this coming at all?
Of course not. I was never really going to leave you. What have you done?
I only did something I should have done a long time ago. I warned you over and over again, but you refused to listen to anything that I was saying. Instead, you just chose to totally ignore me and talk to me through your mom instead. Well, I'm sick and tired of the way that you've been treating me, Jimmy.
I'm really sorry that I ignored you, Cindy. And I'm sorry if I've been acting coldly or mean to you lately.
Lately? This goes back way further than that. Besides, I don't feel like listening to your excuses at all. You were more than content to sit back and let your mom say all kinds of horrible things to me. What kind of a way is that for a husband to treat his wife?
But I just want you to apologize to me.
And just what did I even have to apologize for, huh? I didn't do anything wrong.
Wait, you're right. Maybe I should have been a little more careful with the way I spent our money.
If you're just realizing that now, then it's still too late for me. I still don't want to be with you.
Cindy, please. You can't do this to me. I mean, you didn't even tell me you were going to be sending out the papers.
I was only doing what your mom told me to do, remember? I know that she's always right about everything, so I just tried being a good daughter-in-law by listening to her.
But that's not right. This should be between you and I, not my mom.
And where was this attitude when you were using your mom to send me hurtful messages, huh? I told you that I was taking this problem seriously over and over again, and you just continued to ignore and insult me. I know that this is the right choice for me.
But I don't want to lose you, Cindy. I just thought that if my mom talked to you that she might change your mind about some things is all. I didn't really think that you'd sign the divorce papers, though. It was just a game of chicken.
If you really think it's appropriate to play chicken when it comes to ending your marriage, then this just further cements that I'm doing the right thing. Don't bother saying anything else because I'm not going to be changing my mind.
I'm begging you here, please come back to me. I can't live without you, Cindy.
I already told you that it's too late for any of your apologies, so just stop it. You were the one who brought home the divorce papers. You brought this on yourself.
I'm so sorry for everything. I promise to never blindly follow my mom again. She won't have anything to do with us ever again, so please come home.
It's not just your mom, Jimmy, it's you too. I can't stand either of you, and I'm not going to subject myself to you any longer. Don't ever bother me again.
I'm so sorry for everything. You have to believe me. Please, Cindy.
After that, I went back to my parents' place and hired a lawyer to deal with the divorce with Jimmy. Obviously, there was very little in the way of financial assets to be split up, but I got my share. Judy was overjoyed that I was finally leaving her son, but Jimmy was furious because he felt like she was the one who drove me away. The two got into a huge fight that ended with them vowing to never speak to each other again. I got some calls from both of them afterwards, but I ignored them all and blocked both their numbers. I have no idea what the two of them are doing, but I'm glad that they're out of my life and that I get to start a new chapter without them.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.